Hey everyone, it's Susan, author of Encyclopedia Sharksploitanica, coming at you with another edition of Sharksploitation Sunday. And don't be depressed that Shark Week 2022 is over because we were given a gift. We got the follow-up to 2010's The Reef, directed by Andrew Trocchi. Now, this one's called The Reef Stalked. Is this movie any good? Is it worth a watch? Does it have anything to do with the first movie? Let's get into it. But first, I do want to remind you to hit that like button and subscribe so we can keep this channel building. And thank you to all who have supported me so far. All right, this guy, Andrew Trocchi, he's a master of building suspense, and he hides the monsters really well. So he only just brings them out when they have to come out. The whole viewing experience with the original Reef movie and his crocsploitation masterpiece, Black Water, totally go check that out. It's great. I mean, it's like a sense of impending doom the entire time. Nail biters. Look, friends, I think we can all agree that The Reef was probably one of the best shark movies that ever come out in the last 10, maybe even 20 years. And if you disagree with me, you're wrong. I mean, seriously, I'll cut a bitch. So how does The Reef stock stack up? Well, it's pretty good, actually. This movie centers around women, really badass women. So this terrible thing happens, and the character Nick, she kind of disappears for a long time. She just can't deal with it. And they end up having a little reunion in the Pacific Islands, and her friends and her little sister Annie, who's also there, they're all going to go have a kayaking, spearfishing, snorkeling, diving adventure. I mean, that sounds good to me. Sign me up. As long as there's not like a giant white shark stalking and killing people. Oh, wait, there is? Oh, damn. And by damn, I mean yay, because that's what we're here for, right? Then there's also Jody, who reminds me a little of Juno from The Descent, you know, that kind of like risk taker, bosses people around kind of character. And there's Lisa. Lisa's like the other one. So it becomes clear that Nick, because of the shit that went down in the opening scenes, has this crippling fear of water. And now she's surrounded by water. And guess what? Here comes the fin. But they're clearly really fucking smart women. They stay calm. They don't make any splashing. If they swim very calmly and slowly as to not attract the shark's attention. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Annie just seems a little out of it, and she falls behind the other kayakers as they're heading to an island, and here comes the shark. Annie panics. She drops her paddle. There's some tense scenes going on, and then boom! The shark bites the kayak and in she goes into the drink. Lisa sees this happen, so she starts going back to help Annie. Annie's kayak has capsized, so she's scrambling to get onto it, but it's turned over and she keeps slipping back into the water, and you're like, "Grr." Then the shark hits Lisa's kayak. She goes into the water. And Lisa's, being smart like the rest of them. She's swimming very, very slowly over to Annie. Annie's still like slipping down. The shark just misses eating her feet. And the shark ends up getting Lisa, and we have our first victim, and Annie fucking loses it. Let's talk about the shark. It looks real. And I'm positive that he's using real great white footage interspersed in with I don't know if it's CGI, but goddamn, it's like the best looking great white shark if it's not real. Seriously, so good. Even when the shark attacks Lisa, it's so realistic. It's like a shark actually would attack a person. So good. They realize that there's some little kids that are swimming at an island close by, and they're like, oh shit, those kids are gonna get it. Jody, she takes her kayak, and being the strongest one, she's trying to paddle over them, warning them, shark, shark. And their mom is on the beach. One of the little kids makes it to shore, and the other little girl, she's stuck on this pontoon, and she can't get back to shore because the shark starts circling around. And I'm thinking, okay, are they gonna kill off a little kid? Because, I mean, they did kill Alex Kintner off pretty violently in Jaws. So, I mean, he could do it. Yeah, so the little girl gets attacked by the shark, and I'm like, damn. But she does make it. She's got a pretty bad injury on her leg. And the girls, they come back and they're all on the beach now and they're working with these women to try to save the life of this little girl. They're there because their husbands are out on a fishing boat and they're not going to be back for days. There is no method of communication on this island, but there's communication and help on a neighboring island. So now the pickle is, do they go over to that neighboring island knowing that there's a man-eating shark in the water? Yeah, they do, because they want to help this little kid. I mean, they're not assholes. They get into this shitty motorboat that it's like half sinking right away, and they attach 2 kayaks to either side of it, and I'm not really sure why they do that, but it's good that they do that later on. Now it's just Jody, Annie, and Nick, because Lisa is... They'll kind of start bickering and fighting right away, and Annie and Nick's relationship is really, really tense because Annie is the one who had to stay behind and deal with the death of their sister and all of the stuff, and Nick didn't even go to her funeral. She just took off, so you kind of think Nick's a bit of a bitch. The shark attacks the boat. Annie goes in the water. She gets attacked. But the shark only ends up like biting her life jacket and she's okay. But what that does is it brings Nick and Annie close together. They reconcile because Nick is like, oh my God, you're alive. I'm so sorry. I'm a total bitch. Forgive me. But by this time in the movie, these women are like, why the fuck won't this shark leave us alone? And Nick's like, it's not going to leave us alone. That thing is fucking stalking us and hunting us, and it's not going to fucking leave us alone. We have to kill it. I don't know that I would think of that if I was in that situation. Like, you're floating in a sinking motorboat. You don't have any weapons. You just have paddles. How the fuck are you going to kill a white shark? Does it work? Probably not, because this is not the end of the movie. I can tell you what it does do. It pisses that fucking shark off. So Nick's like, well, that first time we tried to kill it didn't work. Here's another way that we can try to kill it. And it has to do with a fishing net. But I'm not going to get too far into this now because I'm going to spoil it for you if I do. But maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. You're going to have to find out by watching it. Another thing that kind of pleased me, though, I will mention, is there's a machete involved, too. So should you immediately watch this movie? Yeah, you should. It has nothing to do with the first movie. It's a standalone Reef movie. But the characters, again, are really well done. They're smart. They act logical. The whole thing is very realistic, almost uncomfortably so. I have to say, though, to be honest, 2010's The Reef is a much superior film to this one, but this one, standing on its own, is really, really good. I give it 4 out of 5 fins. So that's it for today, kids. Thanks for tuning in. And if you want to purchase Encyclopedia Sharksploitanica, you can always do so through the link in the description box below. Leave me comments and let me know how you felt about The Reef Stalked. And I'll see you next time. Bye!